Hi, Colister here with another Namco arcade long play. Today, I'm playing a game called the Genji and the Heike Clans, an action-adventure game Namco made in 1986. The game's Japanese name is Genpei Toumaden, and it was in Japan only until Namco Museum Volume 4, and then later Arcade Archives. This game is based on a Japanese folktale, I think. The game's protagonist, Kagekiyo, is a member of the Heike clan that allowed himself to perish under the captivity of the Genji clan. And after a powerful villain named Yoritomo threatens to wreak havoc on the world, the leader of heaven requests the old lady of hell to bring back one member of the Heike clan to fight back against Yoritomo. And Kagekiyo was chosen. And he comes back as this kind of demonic samurai, which is pretty dope. This game is difficult, and I'm not afraid to say that I use pause buffering in this playthrough, for specific reasons though. The first stage of the game is in Hell, or the Underworld. As you destroy enemies, you'll see these beads, which have different effects based on their color. The green beads are currency, which you'll see what they're for later on. If you're not playing the game in Namco Museum Volume 4, you're gonna need to learn Japanese numerals in order to understand the game. The number at the top is your score, the number on top in the lower left is your sword level, and the number underneath it is your currency. I'll show you a little chart I made on Microsoft Paint that translates Japanese numerals into traditional numerals, so you understand. The candles you see at the bottom are your vitality. They wane as you take damage. This game rotates through different perspectives: platformer, boss fight, and overhead. And this is the overhead view perspective. These scroll power-ups have a different effect depending on your perspective. In the first stage in Hell, you saw they give a projectile reach for Kagekiyo's sword attack, which is kinda useful as his attack is very limited in range, as you can see, and it's very easy to take damage in this game. The blue beads restore your health slightly. From this stage, there are 3 different routes that you can go through that lead to different stages. The gate on the bottom is the one you're recommended to go through if you're attempting a 1-credit clear, because it's the easiest way. After I fight my way through these tigers, we're gonna encounter a boss named Yoshitsune. He can be a real nuisance. Your sword level that I mentioned earlier determines how powerful Kagekiyo's attacks are. Your sword level will increase as you pick up rare purple jewels, and decrease if you strike the sword against solid objects. And as you can see, I just got all the way to level 0. Thanks a lot, Yoshitsune. Purple beads are very rare and usually appear only after beating bosses. Emphasis on usually. These pillars crash down onto you if you run directly underneath them. Jump just before you approach them to land on top of them. Picking up a candle like the one you saw will increase your vitality by 1 point up to 10 candles. They also completely replenish your health if you've lost any before you pick one up. In this stage, you're gonna fight the other common boss, Genpei. He can be just as annoying as Yoshitsune. You have to fight both of them repeatedly throughout the game, need I mention. For Genpei, I like to jump and stab him in the face after he throws his wrecker at me. It's very easy to weaken your sword level on accident against him as well. So, yeah. It's almost impossible to get past these fire arrows without getting hit by them first. My reaction is just not good enough. Advisory warning, you're about to see a flashing screen. The God of Thunder. I'll take him on. These birds are supposed to be a spurt. If you stay in the same stage for too long, they'll come after you and corner you. In this stage, they appear anyway. This is a special Buddhist stage where you can get various beads as you follow Buddha. Japanese god, basically. Picking up the flowers also gets you extra points. I can't pick them up appearing there, though. One more kind of boss appears in this stage, Biwa Hoshi. I'm not even sure if you can even kill him. Apparently you can, according to Namco Museum Volume 4's records. After slicing the rabbits, they turn into mushrooms that'll hurt you if you pick them up. So pause to slash them, then jump over. In this stage, you fight a dragon. You see that sword? Those swords and bags of rice are what the currency is primarily used for. If you haven't gotten enough green jewels, you can't pick them up. The bags of rice restore some health, and the sword pickups increase your sword level by, I think, 3. This game also has a continue option if you game over. Before you get to the stage Kyoto, using a continue will let you retry at the beginning of the stage you made it up to before. You gotta be careful not to fall into pits or water. If you do, you go to a part of hell called Umi, where someone named Enemy Dio is waiting for you, and then you basically have a 1 in 8 chance of surviving. It should also be noted that Kagekiyo does not move along with moving platforms, so you kinda have to get used to that if you want to try this game out for yourself. This is a secret area where we can get one of the 3 sacred treasures early. These are staff credits. They appear and stop your movement for a moment, which is a little annoying. Behind this sturdy lion character is the beads of Yasakani, one of the 3 sacred treasures. And this centipede kept getting in the way of it, making it hard to get for me in this playthrough. There we go. I just ride on one of these enemies to get up there. This boss is called the God of Sorcery. We have to fight Yoshitsune again here. I hate that guy. This stage up ahead is Kyoto. Once you get here, you will return to this place if you use a continue after a game over. This is the part of the game where you're supposed to look for the 3 sacred treasures. The Sword of the Sword of Kusanagi, the Beads of Yasakani, and the Mirror of Yata. I'll tell you what those do later in the video. There are 3 different gates in Kyoto, each one taking you to a different one of those respective treasures. Starting at this point in the game, Benkei will have a Morning Star instead of a throwing wrecker. The wrecker also lingers on the ground after he's defeated, and touching it will hurt you. I accidentally got a scroll while battling him. In the boss fight perspective, the scrolls will make Kagekiyo do a wristy attack with his sword. On top of having to fight Yoshitsune again here, there's also a centipede, like the one you saw where I got to beat to Yasukani early, that can block your attacks and make the fight even more tedious. Like it is now. Meaning weaken my sword level all the way to 0, and not a worse moment than now. The triple dragon you have to fight to get the Sword of Kusanagi after this scene is the hardest battle in the game by far, and I am in no conviction at all to take it on. Trust me, it'll destroy me. So here's a technical play tip. You can actually do this to get the Sword of Kusanagi and skip the battle. I didn't even know that you could do that either until more recently. If your sword level is way below like 30, that boss is gonna absolutely destroy you. So, there's a little tip for you from the master opponent himself. And the wreckers here make Benkei even more annoying than he already is. The wreckers can block your attack and make it not land a hit on him. At least I no longer have to worry about my sword level decreasing. At least here I can recharge my health by picking up a life candle pickup. This is the stage where you can access the final battle. However, you shouldn't do it unless you have all 3 of the sacred treasures, and I still haven't gotten the Mirror of Yata. That's the gate you go to confront Yoritomo. If you go further to the right, there are 9 gates that take you to different places, those being where you get the treasures in question. The exact place they take you is randomly decided, though, and one of them actually takes you to Umi. Not good. So I'm actually gonna explicitly show a pause save here, and come back as soon as I get to the right place. There we go. Just trying to get through the game as quickly as possible. This is where you get the Mirror of Yata. There we have all 3 of the sacred treasures. The beads of Yasakani cancel the effect of evil mushrooms, like you saw in the Biwahoshi battle. The sword of Kusanagi prevents your sword level from decreasing. And the Mirror of Yata makes Kagekiyo not get hit with lightning. If you destroy these lions, they reveal different bonus items, like that one appeared to be the shape of a car. Occasionally, they'll have a Galaxian boss or a special flag. a couple of the most iconic Namco arcade sprites there are. Here's another boot around. Not sure what the flowers are for if you pick them up, actually. They didn't affect my score, looking at it at this scene. So, whatever. Flashing warning. Games like these were made back before epilepsy and photosensitive seizures were as big of a deal as they are now. So, just keep that in mind. With this, we can confront Yoritomo now. You have to kill the enemies and destroy the generators for the game to be able to register your entry to the next stage here. You have to fight both Yoshitsune and Benkei in this stage, and with a really unfair placement of wreckers. The beads of Yasukani will protect you from these mushroom generators. .37 should be a decent sword level. And this is where you fight Yoritomo. And after Yoritomo dies, Kagekiyo also dies. And then we have an epilogue. blah 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 blah, Japanese. Alright, so that was Genpei Toumaden. This game's pretty decent, actually. I like what it's based on a lot. It's a cool concept. I never played its PC Engine sequel, Samurai Ghost, before, so, yeah. Alright, there's plenty more Namco Arcade coming up from me, so subscribe if you're interested, and stay tuned for those. I am Crowster, and I'll see you later. Bye.